G'day guys, it's Phantom, and today we're going to be talking about the brand new Dune Part 2 film that just came out in cinemas. I got to see it yesterday, so I'm going to give my thoughts, and yes. So this film is a continuation of the first film where Paul Atreides unites with the Fremen, take revenge against the conspirators who destroyed his family. Now, my anticipation for this film was pretty high from all the praise that it's been getting, and of course, Dune, I really liked the first one. I was excited for this one, and I always love to see a new Denis Villeneuve movie, and we finally got another one, and of course, Dune Part 2. Apparently, they're going to be making a third one, and after watching this one, yes, I am very excited for that one. But does this film live up to the hype that has been set for it? And is this one of the best sequels of all time? Honestly, this film is probably today's Empire Strikes Back when it comes to sequels. This film is one of the best sequels ever made. It does surpass the first one by like 10 times. It has way more action. The story is more interesting, and the characters overall are more fleshed out, and the lore is actually implemented with some added new lore. But this one, they actually expanded it from the first film, which I was very happy with. I was one of those few people who kind of fell asleep in the first one, but I finally watched it in full to prepare for this one, and it is a pretty simple movie, but it is technically masterful, and of course with Denis' directing style, you already know that it's you already know. Now the characters overall is more fleshed out, as I said. Paul Atreides, you understand more of his character, and because in the first one, if you haven't seen it, you should. It is going to contain spoilers in that one. His pretty much all of his family dies in the first one, apart from his mum and some other people, but mainly like the entire Atreides house was killed, and him going through revenge, and people relying on him, like the Fremen, who consider him as their messiah, their prophecy, and the struggle with faith with some of the other characters, including Zendaya's character, Ashani, who is fantastic in the film, by the way. Her character was very, very interesting. Her character is probably one of the most complex in the entire film. By the end, you kind of tell where she's coming from, and the very, very final moments were very, very tense and very, very damn, where is this going to go next? And I loved all the additions to new characters and added lore and expansion of lore, and the discussion of faith and religion was very, very powerful and compelling, and all very, very cool moments that you've probably seen in the trailer. It just gets better with which each scene, from beginning to end, it just improves from each scene. The visuals as well, as you expect, it is some of the best that you will ever see this year. Honestly, I don't really like comparing, but Avatar: The Way of Water does have better visuals than this one, but this year, this film may have the best visuals and cinematography of the entire year. It's probably going to sweep all the technical categories next year's Oscars, which is pretty much expected considering that the first one won 6. But this film overall, I had a blast with. All the action sequences, Austin Butler's character, who was the villain, he was incredible. His performance was haunting. His voice was crazy. yeah, that yeah, I yeah yeah all of the sequences with his character, incredible stuff. And of course, you can't really talk about a Dune movie without Hans Zimmer's score. Of course, it's Hans Zimmer. He is amazing with every score that he does, and I can't wait to listen to the full soundtrack. Even though that it is kind of the same as the first one, but there is some new stuff. Honestly, after I left this theater, I was kind of conflicted on the grade that I was going to give it. There was some aspects that I thought would that was going to be a bit quicker because the movie is like 166 minutes, and it didn't really feel like that. It honestly felt shorter than the first one, which was 2.5 hours. Uh, but the pacing on this one was very fast. It only felt like probably a 2 hour 20 movie or less. But with that runtime and that pacing, great. But as I said before, the because each scene gets better and better. The starting scene, as tense as it was, wanted to be like a bit quicker, but that is just me, though it isn't to the fault of the movie. But I'm still gonna give this film an A plus because of all the technical and character things. I thought this film was masterfully made in every single way. I do not have a flaw with this film at all, apart from personal preferences, but honestly, I don't have fault with this film at all. I was going to either give this an A or an A plus, but A plus is a fitting for this movie, and honestly, I don't really see anything else. Anyway, what were your thoughts on the film? If you've seen it already, if you haven't, see it in the biggest screen possible. I got to see it in the biggest screen possible with the loudest speakers. Not in IMAX because there was no IMAX theaters, but still good on the biggest screen, max quality, best sound. You can actually hear dialogue in this film, unlike recent movies where you can't. So, yeah, watch it. Have a good one.